Ladies and gentlemen, we are in game number 2 of today's Sunday Funday. Don't forget, we will be holding more of these in the coming weeks as practice for myself and Weapon, who is my duo caster. Weapon, say ahoy.
What's up?
You gotta say ahoy,
How we
not
doing?
what's up.
Ahoy.
There you
Okay,
go.
we've got to be on brand. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I haven't
Yeah,
said ahoy in quite a while, but I want to bring it back now, actually. Now that I'm
yeah, bring it
saying
back.
it,
That's a pretty good one.
it's a nice one, guy. Like, even to start off when I'm on LCO. When we're on LCO, I'll be like, ahoy, everyone!
Ahoy.
Yar!
Like it.
Arr, we're pirates, ready for that booty. Um,
Ooh.
um,
Are we? I'm not sure I'm ready.
that'd be.
Okay. As we're in bands, by the way, and it's looking like a lot of targeting from last game. So we're seeing ban of the Ornn, we're seeing ban of the Caitlyn, we're seeing ban of the Belveth. So no one's going to
Oh,
get to rinse and repeat champions, and for us, that's pretty sick because we
that's
get to
awesome.
talk about different champions.
I bet you there's going to be some sort of like Olaf, maybe a Shyvana ban too. But I feel like the Shyvana wasn't as impactful as that last game, which you can go and view in the YouTubes right now. It'll be paired in with this one as well, guys. So go check it out. If you haven't seen the first one, it'll prep you for this one. We'll get some storyline into it. If they don't ban Shyvana, I'll be confused because you could probably put Ironclad into the. Actually, they've changed teams. Teams are
Yeah,
different.
teams are different, and I think Envy is no longer playing. If I'm so Envy or Easy, we can't see the right hand side of the screen with the
Correct.
player names. So actually, it looks like Envy and Easy are on the same team. So
Ah, they didn't like versing
sick.
each other, so they went and joined the same team.
Now they're pals. MCOM staff members represent, I guess.
Yep. Are they
Yep.
all MCOM?
Cool. Well, they're in MCOM. Like
They're in
everyone's
MCOM.
in everyone's in multiple orgs, but I think Easy Life is mostly an MCOM guy, and Envy he does the VODs.
Oh, first picking Fiora though. You
Oh,
gotta be aggressive with that. Holy.
yeah, you
Okay.
have to think that's. I mean, that is going to be a Forest champ if he's playing top lane, and the Olaf was a threat last game, even when his team was behind. The Fiora is a whole different kettle of fish. Like that thing can get rolling so quickly, and it can just take over the game once you get that Gore Drinker. And I like the Darius into it, but I don't think it's a great counter pick. I think most of the time you want to try and play around the Fiora, not into it, because I don't think Darius just wins that by default.
I actually like the Darius. And I'm not basing it off the information here. I'm liking it purely because he does have a bit of team fight orientation too.
True.
And especially with a Zac now as well, it's going to let Darius free hit
Okay.
a little
Yeah.
bit. So you remember, you got a big tank now jumping on top of them. Darius can come in swinging. Fiora's going to sit in those side lanes anyway. She can come for fights, but if she gets a hull breaker, she minces town. So,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
Zac early pick as well. That's not a flex pick. We're not seeing really big flex picks here where they're trying to bait them into other picks as well. We're just seeing a Zac right now, and that's kind of interesting. But Hecarim being locked in.
Okay, so it looks like we're just locking in lane order because the jungle Hecarim's going to come in. You can go a few cheesy builds with this one. We've been seeing a lot of Dustblade where you dive in, get that one kill, get the
Mm.
reset, and then just helicopter your way to victory. And I, I, I hate it, but I also think that Triforce is good, Divine
Yeah.
Sunder is good. There are many options if you want to go for this Hecarim, and it looks like so far on the blue side we're kind of seeing a go forward composition with an Ezreal who wants to stay back and stay safe. And when you've got a Zac and a Darius who are pretty infinitely kiteable outside of the Zac slingshot, I
Mm.
really like this pickup.
I'm actually kind of liking as well that you could be seeing a Karma being picked up again with the Ezreal Karma pick. Such a strong poke lane has good capabilities to sort of stay alive, but Zed being locked in means Ezreal's not going to live for very long.
Yeah, that's rough. The Ezreal's job just got a lot harder to stay alive in team fights, and Zed is so good right now with the lethality itemization being buffed on the in the last few patches. Dustblade's so good for him. He's actually one of the few people who can use the Prowler's Claw now, so he just has a lot of options. Even Yomu's if he wants to roam around the map, a really nice pick and really a really fun one actually. And I will say these are not highest of high elo games, Pike.
No.
So my color knowledge in draft useless. Because normally you're drafting from that tier list, right? You're
Yeah.
looking at the like, oh, like they've picked Malphite, so Silas good here. Doesn't apply at all.
It's it's a bit of a shenanigans game if I'm being perfectly honest, because I'm not sure how like Fiora's riposte can only do so much into like a
Mm,
Zac gank as well. Especially with a Darius who can just save the pull. So it's like there is a lot of misplay that can go wrong. But at the same time, I'm curious to see what they pair up against the Zackers, which I'm curious as to why they're not banning specific champions. They've gone for the mouth fight when there is really a tank already in, but there's the Syndra's
Yeah.
thinking is going for those champions that can just beat Zed's shove and roam before him, because if he can't get to those side lanes first, he misses out on the XP. He can't come back into the game. But who do you think we could see paired up against Zed?
I'm actually not entirely sure because, like I said, there's a few different directions you can go here. The normal thing you do into the Z is you go for something that can just play at range. So the Syndra ban makes a lot of sense. I think then you kind of fall back to things like Victor, Vega, even Ari can kind of get the job
Oh,
done, but all vulnerable to that kind of.
what?
Okay, maybe it's a what is going on? ADCZ, we're just we just out here, I guess.
Um, yeah, that's
Yeah.
what? Is it jungle maybe? Zack support?
Could be. Zed, Ezreal Morgana pick though, and Vladimir going to be going into the mid lane. It looks like it's going to be. So another game where we've got a very straightforward front to back. Hey, okay, Envious is playing Malzahar, I guess. Easy's playing his Lissandra. We've got a Zed.
There's three mid
This,
laners.
yep, yep.
Technically four if you
Okay.
count Zack.
Um, so we've got one side that's very normal, and the other side that is why can't you just be normal?
Good. What is?
Yeah, it's three. It looks like just a lot of comfort, and at this level, sometimes that just wins.
Look, yeah, if you're comfortable in that, like Malzahar, if we're looking at Envious on that Malzahar, that's going to be quite a good one. Lissandra with, look at all the lockdown, dude. That's a Malzahar and a Lissandra. That is literally, if you don't see a QSS or cleanse on Ezreal, he's trolling.
Yeah, that is grim, and also the Hecarim as well. If he doesn't get that, if he goes to the Dustblade build and doesn't get that reset, he just gets locked down and killed. Probably happens anyway if he doesn't dive in effectively. So there is a lot of single target lockdown CC there that can be used to set up the Zed, set up the Darius, get those pentakills rolling, and you really have to go in as a unit. And when your engage is a Hecarim and a Morgana fishing for Qs, I don't know how that happens. This is a cheesy draft from the red side, but it in the face of what you're seeing on the blue side, it's actually looking pretty good. And not a lot of damage on blue either. I think it was red. It was red. It was the Easy Life team. Yes.
Pike point. Get on it.
Those
Well, I
PPs.
think
Yep. I don't know.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we are in game number 2. We got some feisty randomness going on right now, as we don't know who's where or what's going on, and we've got 3 mid laners on red side. Twitch chat, don't forget to get your predictions in, as it's going to be an interesting one.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Zed mid.
Yeah.
AP carry. AP carry.
Okay, so it's just Envy and Easy laning together on their signature champions. That's all we got here. I'm kind of into it.
That doesn't sound fun at all for Ironclad, who is definitely
doesn't
not
sound
at the
fun at
same
all.
level as these guys.
Ooh, no. He does have the Morgana to kind of keep him safe from a lot of this AP damage, but they are also going to be walking directly into them.
Oh, but it's watered though. That's the cheese. They get the Ignite Ease Life. Could just be taken down. They give it over to the Vladimir. That's who you wanted on.
Easy life, easy death. Apparently, they knew they were standing on a ward. Both of those wards, if you look at it on the spectator,
Same time.
line, both pinged. Yeah,
Both
they
pinked.
they had no reason to be staying there. They just waited for their death.
I love it.
So you talk about Ironclad maybe not being on the level of Envy and Easy. Well, that'll help.
Oh, definitely.
We'll definitely help.
It's not going to not help, if that makes
It's not
sense.
going to not help. It goes over to the Vladimir as well, who is certainly going to need all the help he can against the Zed lane. This is actually one of the better matchups you can pull out, where you can kind of take short trades against the Zed and not really get baited into just getting 100 to 0 by him as the levels come in. And Chosen Fire up towards the top side. Like I kind of said, I think in the early going, I really do favor this Fiora into the Darius, but that Zac is going to be the factor. Right now, he's pathing away from the Fiora matchup, so all in all, I think your lanes are just going to get pushed in a lot here on the red side, and we're probably not going to see a whole lot of action.
Yeah, look, it's going to be a bit of a slower game, this one, I feel like, Weapon. I think, like you said, the Fiora is just going to be chilling top. Lissandra Malzahar really can't do anything until they get their signature abilities, which is their level 6. You want to see that now. Oh, good riposte. But again, Zac, if Zac's going to be looking anywhere, it's most likely mid. You've got to shut down this Vladimir early. Yes, he's down in farm, but he was able to back and get an amplifying tome early, shoved it in, gets a free base, and he's looking strong.
Yeah, absolutely. The Vladimir is going to be a terror if he takes over this game and gets to the point where he is just nigh unkillable diving into the back line. And you don't have a lot of that consistent damage on the red side. So no AD carry to speak of means that if you get to team fights and you're not incredibly ahead, then the Ezreal will just point out and is going to have the space bought for him by the Hecarim, by the Vladimir, and the protection from the Morgana. So Iron has a hard game ahead of him, but he has the support to play it. Forest up towards the top side.
Forest already wants to jump to this fight as Willy Toucher does get that Darius passive, and look at the damage coming out as the bleed is ticking down. He could just win this. He's 2v1ing here, Weapon. Oh my lord, as they go down to the bot lane, there's a bit of a fight, but what was that Darius, man?
It was just, they let him stack up his passive, and as soon as he got that, got the extra AD, and the fight was just won, and you could see a little bit of hesitation from both sides. Chosen and Forest weren't quite sure if they wanted to extend the play, and Chosen got chunked out so early on that he maybe could have looked for a bit of a Q in to get that true damage and finish off the kill, but Forest unfortunately steps a little bit too close to the fire and just gets burned.
And I'm just noticing as well, this bot lane is in such dire straits too, because yes, you can do that, yes, you have a black shield, but you're going to be so struggling to land those binds as the ignite goes tick-tock, and here goes the silence, but here comes Forest as well. He does have no flash, he's gone the ghost, but he's looking for that kill, gets the stun up, does secure the kill, gets a good bind off as well, and they get the double kill in this bot lane.
Really nicely played. Black Shield by Speeder just blocks all of the damage from Easy Life as he goes in, and then you've got that consistent damage output. Once the cooldowns go down, the Ezreal can do so much more.
Ooh, looking for it. Does get the ignite off too. There's the ghost, so there's the double flashes. Can they get any more? As Chung is on the wrong side of this, he could get it. Oh, it's outplayed, beautifully played by Chung as he lands that one. And look at this Darius now, Willy Toucher, just doing nasty things to that Fiora.
Huge chunk on Chosen Fire. He's going to have the teleport to get back to lane, but he is definitely suffering in this matchup. Is at least even on CS, but overall, just trading back and forth kills. No one really getting that huge advantage, just lane by lane. But
yeah, I was going to say Zed almost died to the Hecarim just then, but we just didn't see it because it was for a split second. But he dashed back for his shadow.
I hate Auto Spectator.
Yeah.
Can we get an observer for Sunday Fundays?
I feel like I need to be a bit more consistent with it. I could hit up, I can literally hit up Black Nico because he lives near me. He could just come over.
But
me and him are best buds now too.
Nice.
He's a funny dude, man. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's funny. I like Black Nico. He's a vibe.
Fun.
He just talks some funny shit. He said some when we were at AvCon, which by the way, AvCon was awesome, man. It's a shame you couldn't go.
Yeah, it's rough.
Yeah.
Because you cast with Rhaegar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
How goes Rhaegar?
Sorry?
How goes Rhaegar?
He's actually very good. He was like, I haven't casted in like a year, and I'm like, dude, like, you haven't lost it. Just dude. Willy Toucher just pulls him back in. No way home. Chosen Fire, bleeding to death, and gone.
Oh, he even gets the kill.
And
that
look,
I think we're chilling, but that top lane is disastrous, and Forest was up towards the top side, so I think he was looking to set up a gank on that pushing lane up the top and try and equalize that matchup against the Darius, but now it's just, that lane is doomed. The Fiora has no hope of taking over the side lanes.
Oh my god. I shouldn't be eating a cracker as they're looking to come and tower dive Ironclad. This poor guy has to try and dash. He's just blown up instantly. And look at BT also gets taken down to his passive.
He has the passive ready to go, so the Zac is just chilling here. You're going to lose one of the blobs, Forest.
Wait.
Maybe.
Does he get in? He does get one. Eastlife is on the wrong side of the wall. Does use the dash over there to try and stay alive, but here is Zed. He does get the death mark on Chong. Gets hit with a mega big bind, though. He's going to be enough. As Forrest survives, it's just not enough.
Yeah, positive play there, you have to think, by the red side. As they push back the counterplay, and they get the dive, and everything is kind of going great for them. They're starting to stack up the lead, 1k gold lead to their advantage. Ironclad, despite that one early play, has really just been suffering under these two AP bot laners. The one thing you will see is that despite the fact that they don't have that consistent damage, they do just have push. And every time we've looked down there, it's an Ezreal Morgana under their tower, and they've just not been able to do anything except when Varus shows up. That's really about it. So this Ezreal really does need to be ahead of the curve, ahead of his opponent, or at least even. Right now he's fallen behind and ganked to mid lane.
This is the bind, does get the fear off, knocks him back into it, but can they get enough damage off as Chong does get taken out by Spitter?
Really nice. Unfortunately, the kill does go over to Spitter, but you get a kill, you get something back for yourself, and in this game that started to feel like it was slipping out of your hands, having at least one lane that's going okay, Chosen Fire, this is ambitious.
Ooh!
What?
Does get the
No
grand
way.
challenge, but dude, Willie Toucher does whatever he wants. Oh, good pull
I hope
there.
he doesn't.
What kind of name is Spitter? I don't know what he
Spitter?
I don't know what he does.
I'm pronouncing it Speeter, like the NA player.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that's accurate.
Oh, the Nethergrass. What do you? Oh my god, that's bullying. That's fucked.
Oh, poor Ironclad. You can't do anything. Your support's not there. She's just roamed to the mid lane, got the reset. Shufel is going to
Get absolutely punched on. He's got no pool to stay alive as the ignite ticks down. Red team's just walking trains again.
They've just got so much lockdown CC and so much damage at this stage of the game.
What?
Yeah, the wave's going to get slightly cleared, but they do so much at this point of the game with that crowd control. Darius just winning his lane by default at this point. You've got pushing bot who they've got a 40 CS lead just about, and now they can start roaming this crowd control around the map. And before the survivability comes in, these mages do so much at this point in the game.
And you got to think about how are they going to come back into this? Like, what is the blue side's game plan here? Because they do scale into the late game. Are they just going to be stalling weapon?
It has to be, right? You've not got a lot of wave clear to speak of to get to that point, but I think you just try to hang on to your lanes, maybe try and overload wave wherever you can, send the Morgana elsewhere, because you've now got a long lane to work with in bot lane, and you can try and use that to get resources. But Shufel
Could just be taken out again. Just the hard CC, the full AP damage. There's nothing you can really do with it.
And he just walked into an enemy. He walked into the wave. He walked into two enemy champions. I'm not sure what the expected outcome was there, but we just saw it. Also, I just want to say about these Vladimir matchups, is anyone out there who hates playing against Vladimir?
Oh my god, he's dead.
He's dead. Yeah, he's just dead.
Nothing you can do.
Yeah, it's a quick pro tip for playing against Vladimir, which is you've been seeing on display here. Anyone who hates playing against Vladimir,
Yeah.
the pool costs so much health that if you can get him to burn that, that's a positive trade.
Yeah.
And that's what we've been seeing time and time again. When someone goes in, they burn the pool, he's basically chunking himself out, and then the follow-up kill just comes through. And take you off.
Hardest part with this Lissandra now as well, right, is she can use that ulti aggressively. The Frozen Tomb is aggressive, but also it's defensive.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't really dive onto her, and when your single engaging member is that Hecarim, you've got a Lissandra self-ult, which just shuts you down. Hello?
Hello?
Someone join?
Did they?
I don't know. Cutie with the steel chair, by God.
Is Cutie in here?
I don't know. I assume that's like the only person who could have possibly joined. Ironclad is holding his own, but probably not for long. He's actually managed to So we were talking about the recovery plans for the blue team, and Ironclad has at least managed to get some CS back.
Yeah.
Using this long lane on their side of the map to actually get some CS, and this is actually really kind of promising for what they want to do in this game. And there's the overload I'm talking about, where you're just looking to get resources on someone, although here's a gank.
Oh, they're going for it, but I'm eating watermelons. This is not a good time to be casting. Yes, they do pick up Ironclad as well. And he is now taken out and just free kills.
Yeah, unfortunate stuff there. Ironclad, he was starting to get those CS numbers up. He had the rookie numbers before, but ran down by Zack and Co. and Envy. He is ripping Shufel in half.
Yeah, no, and look, even Spitter as well just can't do anything. Just said 5-1, just mountains ahead. And Ease Life is in the top side as well. Doesn't get hit with the stun. Everfrost has been pulled out of, here's the Frozen Tomb, and just gone, and it's just nothing you can do.
It's just huge as Willy Toucher on this Darius, and he has the stride breaker complete as well, so it doesn't really matter if he doesn't land the grab. In that case, he did. He is just always going to walk you down with the Ghost with the stride breaker, and this might just be a kill.
It's dead.
It's a kill.
See ya.
Yep.
Lissandre's. Wait.
Yeah, Vladimir. Oh.
So I found that it was actually Corvi. Corvi was the one that jumped into the call.
Oh, right, okay.
And he said, sorry, didn't mean to. Thanks, Corvi.
Corby can join us, that's all good.
You bugger.
But,
Tricast.
yeah. Online Tricast. I think I've tried that once.
It sounds difficult.
It's hard.
You basically got to say who's talking next.
You need like a conch somehow. This is
Ooh, okay.
like a bit of devastation by the red team.
Ooh.
Nice and easy. And right now, Envious is looking to get ran down. I think he's maybe dead here. Okay.
And look there, I'll take that Avius does pick that up, but look at Ironclad, he does get hit with the Frozen Tomb. Everfrost as well, does get taken off as well. Double kill, funnily enough, for him, but there's a big Hecarim going straight in. But can Shoof be able to do anything? He might get the pull back to try and stay alive.
Cloud Q.
Shadow is gone, there's the flash out of him as well.
Okay.
And Rift Road has been dropped, so it looks like blue team is not going down without a fight. But red team is here trying to take out Hecarim. Does get the pull back in. Willy Toucher just slicing and dicing.
Just huge.
No way.
It's this Darius. They're going to get the charge in mid lane. No, they're not. It gets denied. And you're just getting locked down in these isolated plays where you're still looking for those items. You have the Triforce completed on Ezreal and a Riftmaker completed on Vladimir, so potentially could look for more plays, but you're just so behind at this point. You can understand the desperation. They just want to get some farm on their carries.
Yeah.
But that just means that they're being put in these situations where they're just alone in side lane. Zac comes in, the rest of the damage follows up. You've got this double AP bot lane that just has so much crowd control, and they're just getting run out of this game. So I think this is the point where you're going to have to start making it stand. Hello.
As the flash does come out, Spitter gets hit with the ghost too. Oh, what was that? That was a half health guillotine,
No.
and it was a double kill. What just happened?
Just the Darius is massive.
Oh no, and Forest scored a double Everfrost. There's the Nethergrass. That's a big Zac coming in on top, and that's basically an ace. Now it's just all up to Zed.
That is grim. And again, it comes back to the idea of like you just aren't putting all your players on the same team. This is a composition that could conceivably function well in a 1-4, but you're not being given that chance. You're being broken up into these 1-3s, 1-3-1s, and you're just getting ran down on each individual lane, and you're just not really able to establish any push, any control on this map, and every single lane is just losing in isolation. This is rough.
They are looking to take out Willy Touchers. The grand challenge has been summoned. They do secure it. The healing is going to be there because 3 members strong to take out this one. There's a big barrage coming through. Misses the bind, but they do get the shutdown, and it's onto the Hecarim.
Yeah, there it is. The kill, the shutdown. They get everyone together and they get it done. So they finally manage to get a big ejection of gold. This shutdown is going to come through. They're going to be able to catch this waves under tower, and they are starting to find some life in this game. But 10k behind is It's a big hill to climb.
Ah, look. We've climbed bigger hills before, Weapon, you and I. Kinda.
Kinda.
We've
yeah,
casted
casting
bigger hills.
Metaphorical.
Yeah. Mountains. But, oh, Frozen Tomb and the Frost into everything does get the pull off, but they're still going to take it out. Just the burn damage as Spitter is trying to get as much in. There's a TP coming in for Fiora, but that's a double kill going over. Nethergrass does go down. Looks like Hecarim could be able to survive this one. He does have boost lucidity, which is going to help him get a couple of really good cooldowns, but Ease Life is able to dash out. Silences, slows, damage. Can he get it as the Farouk goes down too? One more hit will do it, and Frost is able to secure it. And look at Chosen. He's on the board.
Yeah, finally, another positive play, but really touches here. Riposte.
Nicely avoided.
Nice.
Dragon.
Another positive.
Oh, so I was going to say, Dragon seems to be the prize that they're going for.
Seems to the prize. I was going to say positive play for the blue side, but you are correct. The map control is still very heavily in the favor of the red team. So this dragon just goes over to them by default, but we are starting to see signs of life from the blue side. They're able to get everyone in the same place, get coordinated. Speeder has been able to throw down the black shields to kind of dissuade some of that incoming crowd control, and they're able to fire back, but still a bit of a mountain to climb. Herald is going to be up next, and you have to think that is the next place that the Darius and co are going to go. And this just means they can take down one of those inhibitor towers and just look to stamp their authority on this map even more.
Look, we talked about that gold lead before as well, that 10k gold lead. 40/50% of that is on Darius.
Ooh.
He is 4k up on Fiora. Plus.
He's
4.5.
also got the Hull Breaker. Yeah, also has the Hull Breaker, so just unkillable in side lanes. His Shuffle.
And they could be looking forward as Envious does lose that. He's trying to get hit with the big pool of death, but can Vladimir do it? The Nethergrass does go out, but he's just being locked in. Barrage just too late as the shutdown goes to Hecarim.
Yeah, really nice. Another shutdown going into the pockets of Forest, who has the Radiant Virtue, has the Ravenous.
Oh, the Death Grasp
Chosen.
can Chosen stay alive as the Grand Challenge does go out. He does just die in time. No riposte.
Just gameplay button by Chung, presses R. Someone dies. Forest is here though.
Ooh, he wants that blood though. Zed, Shadow King, does get taken off the board, and that's the cost of the Rift Herald.
Traded for pressure across the map as the Herald gets picked up, and Chung has just been living in those side lanes. It kind of feels appropriate that he would get punished at some point, but is it enough?
Oh man.
No?
Truth. I wouldn't try and fight that man. That's a Frozen Tomb. That's dead with the Ignite ticking down. Can they get even more? The heal tries to come through. One more auto attack will actually do it, but he gets guillotined just before he kills him.
And Easy survives as well on like 10 health. This is rough. He's just gonna be able to reset here. You get everyone back out on the map. Baron is up and available. I will say your Baron damage is actually kind of nasty with Malzahar.
Yep.
You just shred that thing. You've also got Lysandra if she wants to spend mana on hitting the thing, but really the Malzahar's enough. Darius can get in there as well. That thing just melts. So full lanes of pressure, but I think they just, on the red side, they look like they have no intention of playing for any sort of objective. They just want to kill people.
Yeah, that's not a fun game. If that was a solo queue, I'd probably be crying.
Yeah, it would be an FF by now, for sure.
But they're holding strong. Weapon. They're playing for their honor, is what they're playing for. Got
For
some.
their dignity.
That's it, you know, like they're saying, you know what, we're not going to go down without a fight. We're here to be the best we can be, get the best cast out of these casters.
Yep.
And Chosen Fire looking to take on Chung. Grand Challenge going down. You can't hit a champion if he's inside of you, so you're trying to land a little bit more as the Death Grasp does hit, and they do secure it. The actual Grand Challenge still went through because he died just in time, but there's the good Black Shield as they go for a big fight as Zac does do the bounce. Is it going to be enough as the Fear comes out? Nethergrass does go down onto the Hecarim, trying to keep him alive, but he's so tanky. And look, there's the Frozen Tomb, and it's onto Easy Life himself. Willie, such a good riposte comes out, but it's just not enough as this Darius is a monster. And they do secure the kills. Triple kill for Darius. He could be looking for the Penta as the jump does go forward. Zac makes me burp, but and here goes Shoot. He could be taken out as the Penta kill is probably denied at this point. And they do get the 4th kill. Unofficial Penta is what they might be looking for.
It's so so close. They just need to lock down Ironclad.
Oh, Ironclad is just going to be locked down, taken down. Unofficial Penta for Willy Toucher. 13-1 weapon. This man is a beast. Let you get the black shield up, Morgana. That's a Hexakill right there.
Septikill?
Septikill? Let's go for it. This Darius is terrifying.
He is massive. He's got the Hullbreaker as well, but Hullbreaker is a dumb item. It's
It is.
incredibly gold efficient, even when you're grouping up with your team. There's no way to not use this item effectively. So, pro tip, if you're a top laner and you do damage, build Hullbreaker. It's good. Yep. It is just the item of all time. Chung has been caught a couple of times, and this Hecarim has been somewhat of the difference maker. Like the kills have been going onto Forest, but again, it's that kind of like when he dives in solo, he usually gets that one kill, and then you see like the rest of the team turns on them. Eventually, Darius shows up, and the fight is just lost. So it has to be picks. It has to be that one kill and then get out, but they just can't quite get it. That's another kill. Envy locks down Shufel, and that's all she wrote. Got dragon spawning in a moment. You're going to be able to get yourself a Chemtech soul, so at least we're consistent in that regard.
Look, we like the same dragon every time. It wouldn't be a good series if we didn't.
Rigged.
Oh no. Wait. You don't win this one. Look, the Rift Herald's actually spawning. They're looking for the Dancing Shelly, and if they can get it, I will be mad impressed as Hecarim's moving forward. Forest trying to do anything he can, but here's Darius in the back line, trying to get those binds off. Everfrost into the bind. Looks like Fiora could come in, try to clean him up. Is this the kill onto the unkillable Darius? As they do, but the game is already over, Weapon, and they take the win.
It's just a stomp. It was... you get like 3 guys, put them on comfort champions in whatever role, and I guess that's just what happens.
That is exactly what happens. And guys, thank you for joining. Next Sunday Funday will not be Sunday because me and Weapon actually have a cast for a tournament to do. But we will be doing this maybe through the week. Maybe through the week. That's what we'll go for, through the week. All right.